Marietta College. $1,200 of your closest friends across 100 acres. This is home.
Information on an app for people with disabilities,
and a stabbing over the weekend in Marietta.
We'll also find out if we'll get some cooler weather for this week. Stay with us. WCMO NewsCenter 15 starts now. Hello and welcome to today's edition of WCMO NewsCenter 15. I'm Morgan Ahlstrom.
And I'm Jordan.
Topping our news today, we have a new celebrity baby on the way. On Monday, Megan Fox announced in a social media post that she and Machine Gun Kelly are expecting to grow their family. In 2022, the couple announced their engagement. Fox has raised 3 sons with Machine Gun Kelly, all from her previous relationship, along with a daughter from Machine Gun Kelly's previous relationship, and are now expecting a new addition.
Last week, a compound in South Carolina known for breeding monkeys for medical research has been on the hunt to find escaped monkeys after an enclosure was not fully locked. 43 monkeys that are the size of a cat and weigh about 7 pounds escaped, and 30 have been captured by the compound and are deemed safe. With the compound close to downtown Yamasee and Savannah, Georgia, the efforts to recover all the monkeys will continue until successful.
Well, the temps are still high. Maybe I'm imagining it, but we're definitely experiencing fall weather.
That's right. I've noticed some of the trees have dropped all their leaves too.
Zach is here with the current conditions. What's going on outside right now, Zach?
Hello, everybody. That's right. We will still have some warm temperatures for today. And here's what's going on right now as we're into fall. Right now it's 49 degrees, but it feels like 42. There's a little bit of a drizzle going on right now. It's going to increase to 52 today, and it get a low as 43. UV is currently low. The air quality is pretty good right now, and pollen is about low medium at a 3.8. The wind is 14 miles per hour with the humidity at 97%. Sunrise was at 7 a.m. and expect sunset to be at 5:17 p.m. That's all the current conditions that we have for now. And I will be back later with the 5-day forecast, but for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Zach. A Tennessee man was arrested after a stabbing outside Adelphia Music Hall in Marietta. Police found a man with facial lacerations and an injured 24-year-old Noah W. Mann of Kodak, Tennessee. Mann, removed from the venue earlier, attacked the victim and later stabbed him in the face. The victim's friends subdued Mann and proceeded to beat him until he was unconscious. Both were treated at Marietta Memorial Hospital. Mann was arrested for felonious assault, and meanwhile, the victim's identity has not been released.
President-elect Donald Trump wants to shut down the Department of Education. Created in 1979, he believes it would give states more control over education policies. The department manages a $224 billion budget and advocated for keeping the department, argue that its programs such as Pell Grants and Title I funding provide resources for undeserved students with the idea of maintaining equity in education across the country. Trump has also mentioned using the department to promote patriotic teaching and limit race and gender topics. Shutting down the department has been a long-standing Republican goal. Trump's plans should become even clearer once the administration nominates an education secretary.
Coming up, several Wendy's are closing.
And a story of an Amber Alert kidnapping.
We'll have these stories and more. Stay with us.
teamwork goes beyond athletics. At Marietta, we promote individuality, creativity, and resilience. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, we are Pile Nation. This is the time, this is the place. We are pioneers. We are Marietta College.
Hey, this is Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, many of us feel anxious. Mindfulness can help you ease those feelings. My nonprofit is partnering with Headspace to offer free content to help you stress less. Head to kevinlovefund.org/headspace.
Here's to the straggly ones, the first ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
One of Central Ohio's largest fast food chains is planning to shut down 140 locations by the end of the year. Wendy's president and CEO Kirk Tanner recently said he has decided to close underperforming and outdated eateries across the country. The chain, based in Dublin, known for hamburgers and Frosties, has over 6,000 locations across the country. Ohio is the state with the third most Wendy's, behind Florida and Texas. At this time, we do not have any of the known locations that are being closed or if any in Ohio will be affected.
The Ohio Senate on Wednesday approved a ban on transgender students using bathrooms that fit their gender identities and sent the measure to Republican Governor Mike DeWine. The bill applies to the public K through 12 schools and institutions of higher education. It requires the schools to designate separate bathrooms, locker rooms, and overnight accommodations for the exclusive use of either males and females based on one's gender assigned at or near both in both school buildings and facilities used for school-sponsored events.
A man who abducted his 7-year-old daughter, prompting an Amber Alert in Ohio, was shot and killed by officers in the parking lot of a business on Monday night. The girl was not injured and returned to her family, according to authorities. The Amber Alert in Ohio was issued after 43-year-old Charles Alexander allegedly took his daughter on Monday in Empire, Ohio. The Amber Alert was canceled around 9:30 p.m. on Monday. Alexander reportedly left a family member's home with the child after an altercation, despite not having custody of the girl, after which law enforcement feared for the child's safety.
The chief of a volunteer fire department in Jackson County, Ohio, who pleaded guilty to embezzling more than $200,000 in fire department funds, was sentenced to prison Wednesday. Johnny Baker of Wellston, Ohio, was sentenced to 12 months in prison during a hearing Wednesday. Baker pleaded guilty to using the department's credit card for a number of personal expenses, including vacations, sports tickets, firearms, home utility payments, electronics, and clothing over the course of about 3 years.
When we return, a man makes a miraculous recovery from locked-in syndrome.
And a sustainable satellite made in Japan.
And what does Mother Nature have in store for us? We'll have all of that with your 5-day forecast. Coming up after the break, stay with us.
When kids need medical care, they face life-changing experiences. They miss out on the things that make being a kid fun. Starlight Children's Foundation programs entertain and inspire hospitalized kids. Learn more at starlight.org.
There's a place for everyone at Marietta College. our place is here as esports competitors. This is Marietta College Esports.
In 2017, Jacob Handel, a head chef, who is now head chef, the first person to recover from stage 4 acute toxic brain disease, which had progressed to an extreme form of locked-in syndrome. This left Jacob completely paralyzed and unable to communicate for nearly a year. Initially misdiagnosed as a stroke, his rapid decline shocked doctors, who warned he would soon rather enter a coma and not survive. After nearly 10 months, a subtle wrist movement sparked hope. Jacob managed to communicate, and in an 18-month stretch, he relearned how to speak, move, and eventually walk, after returning home in December 2020. Now co-founder of Ahoy, a mobile app helping people with disabilities, Jacob has focused on supporting others and navigating life after his recovery.
President-elect Donald Trump nominated Florida Representative Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, which could have significant implications for Edward Snowden. Gaetz, a vocal advocate for Snowden's pardon since 2020, may use his influence to bring renewed attention to the whistleblower's case. Although Gaetz lacks direct authority to pardon, his potential position could shape the conversation within Trump's administration. Snowden, who has been living in Russia since disclosing classified NSA documents in 2013, has expressed a desire to return to the U.S. under the condition of a fair trial. Given Gaetz' history of urging Trump to consider clemency, Gaetz' continued support could gain momentum.
Japanese engineers have taken an innovative step towards sustainable space exploration by creating a satellite made of wood named Lignosat. Set for launch in the summer of 2025, the satellite will test the durability of magnolia wood in the harsh conditions of space. Unlike traditional satellites, which create particles that open re-entry can impact Earth's upper atmosphere, Lignosat is destined to burn up cleanly to reduce the environmental harm. Dragon lovers, Warner Brothers is reportedly working on a Game of Thrones movie.
And we'll look at the spin-off Wizards Beyond Waverly Place.
Here's Zach with the Hollywood Minute.
Hi everyone, there's plenty of magic in today's entertainment report, and some of our favorite characters are traveling to different worlds, including the big screen. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers is quietly developing at least one film set in the world of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire. These are fantasy novels, and reportedly it's early in development. No actors, director, or writers are signed yet, but it's enough to get the Game of Thrones fans excited. The wand is passed to a new generation in the Wizards of Waverly Place spin-off, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. Janice Lee Ann Brown is the young wizard sent to live and train with Justin, played by David Henry from the original series. Selena Gomez and David Henry wanted to make a show that was a big warm hug to the original fans, but also an invitation to bring younger fans into the fold. Wizards Beyond Waverly Place is now streaming on Disney+. That's all I have from Hollywood for today. I'm Zach Wurstel. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Zach. So we are definitely in fall.
Yes, but our temperatures are higher than normal.
Well, Zach is here again with the details. Zach, what can we expect from Mother Nature for the rest of the week?
Well, let me tell you, the temperatures are not warm today. As we look at the map right here, we have some rain on the western side of the map in California, Seattle, and Portland, and we have some rain around our region, the Pittsburgh region, a little bit in the Indiana and Kentucky region, and a little bit in Michigan and the rest of Ohio, just a full entire stretch. Moving in a little bit closer to our map, you can see over here that there's some rain in the Columbus area. There's some rains in the Athens area and around Pittsburgh. Right now, if we zoom in a little bit further, our map, we are pretty dry, but I can hear it's raining right now, so this is not completely accurate. But it's raining in the Parkersburg area and in the Athens area, and that rain from Athens is moving forward to us. Moving on to our 5-day forecast. Right now, we're looking at a high of 57 and a low of 47 for Friday, and with some cloudy conditions for Friday. Moving on to Saturday, we're looking at a high of 57 for Saturday, staying the same. Sunny and cloudy on Saturday and a low of 44 for Saturday, the first day of the weekend. Our churchgoers, we get a little bit warmer. We're hitting the 60s with 61, but it'll stay cloudy and get a little bit cooler as well with a low of 40. Monday, we're going to continue being high for everybody else with a high of 62, a low of 45, and some sunny conditions coming back on Monday, missing out on Sunday. The 60s will continue with Tuesday with a high of 61 and a low of 41, and sunny and cloudy conditions again for Tuesday. That is the conditions that we have for the upcoming 5 days. So while it's a little bit cooler right now, we're still getting a little bit more of the fall temperatures, and it's going to rise a little bit to the 60s for the weekend. And we're not looking at any rain in the near future right now. It's raining right now, and that's all that we're going to have. So that is all that I have for the weather. I will be back later on in the show to give a quick update. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Zach. When we come back, Andrew Shashinsky will join us with an update from the world of sports.
See you in a few.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
Now he's just got to get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a Midnight Snack Run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
The next disaster is coming. The time to get ready is now. Make a plan. Choose meetup locations and keep a contact list. Build a kit with food and water. Don't forget your pets. Keep extra medicine on hand. Make copies of key documents and keep them somewhere safe. Stay informed, learn about local hazards, and sign up for alerts. Be ready. Learn more at americares.org/sendusin.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us now for sports is Andrew.
Andrew, tell us about it.
Tonight's another huge night for Marietta College women's volleyball, and let's check out a video from our own Hallie Oblisk put together to get us psyched up about tonight's game. Thanks, Hallie. The Marietta College women's volleyball team enters today's OAC semifinals matchup undefeated at 22-0, hosting a 20-win, 9-loss John Carroll at 7 p.m. in the Van Johnson Arena. Led by head coach Christy Newman, the Pioneers have not lost a set in 4 games, with key contributions from Jillian and Maggie Fellers, Ella Boyer, Sophie Evans, Emory Spittler, and Kiara Shannon. Marietta is primed for a championship run. A win today sends them to Saturday's OAC championship game, and they will be oozing with confidence going into the game as they beat John Carroll 3-0 on October 19th. In NFL news, Kansas City Chiefs stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce were victims of separate burglaries last month. Mahomes' home was broken into shortly after midnight on October 6th, with the investigation ongoing, while Kelsey's residence was targeted by the following day on October 7th, with losses totaling $21,000, including $20,000 in cash. No injuries were reported, and the break-ins occurred just before the Chiefs' 26-13 victory over the New Orleans Saints, a game attended by Kelsey's girlfriend, Taylor Swift. In NBA news, the Cleveland Cavaliers are now the 8th team in NBA history to begin an undefeated season with a 12-0 winning streak on Monday night. The team paced through a tough battle against the Chicago Bulls, but ended the game securing a 119-113 win. With a back-and-forth scoring, the Cavaliers pulled away, with Donovan Mitchell ending the night with 36 points, Darius Garland scoring 17, and Evan Mobley scoring 15. The Cavaliers face the Bulls again tomorrow night, seeking to continue their winning streak. In Olympic news, Olympians Simone Biles and Jordan Childs recently opened up about being vulnerable when it comes to mental and physical health concerns. After Biles withdrew from the Tokyo Olympics, the team admired her strength, and recognized the beauty in her vulnerability. Biles shared her mental health struggles, resulting in being an inspiration for Jordan Childs. Biles, 27 years old, with 11 Olympic medals and 30 championship medals later, shared her story to inspire others to be vulnerable with their feelings. That's all I have for today. I'm Andrew Shashinsky. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Andrew. And back at the desk with us is Zach for a last look at the forecast.
All right, so right now we're experiencing some fall temperatures. I feel like this is the first time we've really gotten fall, with temperatures getting in the 40s and 50s. And while temperatures are getting back into the 60s next week, it's still looking like fall temperatures in the near future. As for today, the rain's going to stop at about 7 p.m. tonight, so it's going to continue throughout the full entire day, and we won't expect rain for a little while after that. And while the fall temperatures are happening, I'm still quite disappointed the fall temperatures are happening after all the leaves fell from the trees.
I would have to agree with you, Zach. My car is covered in them, and it's wet outside, and I'm not happy about it.
I don't think anybody's happy about it either. But speaking of cars, guess what today is?
What?
Today is National Seatbelt Day. So to everybody at home, please remember to wear your seatbelt.
All right, thank you, Zach. That's all the time we have for today. For all of us here at WCMO NewsCenter 15, Marietta College Broadcasting, thanks again for joining us. You can catch us on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon 30 and 6:30 during most weeks of the semester, or you can search for WCMO.television on YouTube.com. See you next time. We hope you have a great day.